Hello, welcome to my channel and welcome if you're new here. My name is Jen. I'm a certified weight loss and nutrition coach, and today we're talking about 16 unhealthy foods that are really healthy according to nutritionists. This is quite an interesting list of 16 foods. Some may be a little more obvious than others. I was quite shocked at a few of the foods listed for today's video. So if you're excited, give it a big, huge thumbs up. And don't forget, if you're new or you're not yet subscribed to my channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button, ring the bell next to it so you don't miss a single video. I do upload on Tuesdays and Thursdays, so you definitely don't want to miss out. In the description box, you're going to find my meal planner. This is your last chance to pick one up, as once the current batch that I have on hand is gone, it is sold out until 2022. So definitely pick one up before they're gone. You will not be sorry. Huge game changer in a healthy lifestyle. Also on my nutrition coaching website, you'll find personalized macro and calorie calculation. Let me give you personalized information for you to help you reach your goals. Absolutely essential. And you'll also find 30 and 60-minute one-on-one coaching sessions. So there's a little bit of something for everyone for some more individualized support. You'll also find links and discount codes to all of my favorite healthy things down in the description box as well. So we have 16 unhealthy foods that are really healthy to talk about. We've been conditioned that certain foods are unhealthy. Now, I always say no food is bad or good. Food is food, but we've been conditioned to believe that certain foods are unhealthy. And if you're on a diet or a weight loss journey or a healthy lifestyle journey, you should avoid these unhealthy foods. But a lot of these bad foods, as people like to call them, aren't as bad as they seem, and a lot of them actually have quite a bit of health benefits. So today, we're going to go over 16 of those items. Number one on the list is cooking oils. Now, not all cooking oils are created equal. They get a bad rap for being contained fully of fat, but healthy fat is essential to a healthy lifestyle, so we shouldn't eliminate anything, especially oils. Just be mindful not to drench your food in the oil and make good choices on the oils that you're selecting. Stay away from things like sunflower oil, canola oil, vegetable oil, and lean more towards the unrefined oils like coconut oil, avocado oil, and olive oil. Number two is red meat. Now, red meat always seems to get a bad rap. It's not perfect, but it's definitely not something that you should avoid completely. Red meat has been associated with coronary artery disease, but actually in reality, most of the foods that we're eating that contribute to this disease are processed foods like lunch meats and hot dogs. Red meat is actually an excellent source of protein and is high in iron and vitamin B12. Just be picky about your red meats. Generally gravitate towards steak over a pile of bacon. Number three are adult beverages and cocktails. Does living a healthy lifestyle mean that you have to give up your favorite adult beverage? Absolutely not. You can have a few drinks during the week and it's not going to kill you or derail your progress. Again, be mindful of the beverages that you're choosing. The best hard alcohol option is tequila. It's plant-based, so our bodies do a lot better metabolizing tequila than other beverages. Avoid the sugary, calorie-laden mixers and opt for things like seltzer water, tonic water with a splash of fresh lime. Next up is white bread. People penalize white bread in this world, and they say that if you're going to eat bread, which a lot of people say don't even eat bread, but if you're going to eat bread, make sure it's whole wheat or multi-grain versus traditional white bread. But if you eat the right kind of white bread, it's not going to set you back. Most white breads that you find in the grocery store really don't have a lot of nutritional value. It's made primarily up of white flour. But if you're a white bread eater, your best bet is to make it at home. And I know that that can sound a little bit scary, but there's tools out there like bread makers. And when you make your own white bread at home, you control the ingredients. So you can make a healthier version of the store-bought. Next up is pizza. Pizza. It's true, the greasy pizza from the local pizzeria isn't always the best choice, but all pizza is not created equal. It can be loaded with fat and calories, but it doesn't have to be. Make your own thin pizza crust. Top it with a ton of vegetables, some low-fat cheese, and a moderate amount of your favorite protein. Just be mindful of the ingredients going into the crust and the ingredients going on top of your pizza, and you can still work that into your weekly diet. Next up are hot wings. As long as you make a few modifications, you can turn this traditional junk food into a much healthier option. Cook them at home. Instead of deep frying these, pop them into your air fryer or into your conventional oven to get them nice and crispy. There are a lot of less sugar, less fattening seasonings and marinades that you can put on these hot wings, so you don't have to eliminate them, just create a healthier version. Next up are potatoes. Now, potatoes are another thing that gets a bad rap, but believe it or not, potatoes, especially white potatoes, are a very healthy option. The most cost-effective and nutrient-dense food out there. White potatoes come packed with B vitamins, potassium, folate, magnesium, vitamin C, and a solid punch of protein. Also, another great potato option are sweet potatoes. But again, no potato is bad. Just make sure how you're cooking it and what you're topping it with doesn't put it into the unhealthy category. Next is popcorn. I love popcorn, but popcorn can be an unhealthy option depending on how it's prepared. Sometimes you just need a salty, crunchy snack. You know what I mean? When that craving hits, make your popcorn at home. Avoid, of course, movie popcorn that isn't really topped with butter. It's more of a butter flavored oil. And you also want to avoid a lot of the microwave bagged popcorn because they're not necessarily made with the healthiest ingredients. Your best option is to make your popcorn at home. You don't even have to have a popcorn maker. You can throw some kernels into a brown bag and pop them in your microwave. It's a great source of whole grain and fiber. Add your favorite seasonings. Just make sure to watch the amount of fats that you're adding, and of course, make healthy decisions with your toppings. The next one is peanut butter or nut butters in general. And I get asked this question a lot. What's a healthier alternative to peanut butter or nut butter? There isn't. Eat the peanut butter, eat the nut butter. Just make sure that the peanut butter and nut butter you're choosing are the healthiest options. Stay away from things like Jif and Skippy that are made with palm oil, and choose a more natural peanut butter. When you look at the ingredient label, it should have 1 to 2 ingredients: peanuts or almonds, whatever the nut butter is, and maybe some salt. The key is to buy healthy peanut butter or nut butter made only from nuts, and again, maybe a little bit of added salt. Next up is full fat yogurt, and this is something that I have talked about a lot on my channel. It's better to eat full fat dairy than low fat or fat free, because when they process the fat out of dairy, they also process out a lot of the vitamins, nutrients, and minerals. Full fat Greek yogurt is high in calcium and protein. Full fat dairy products like yogurt and cheese do not have the negative health effects that we've been told in the past. So when you're choosing dairy, try your best to always choose the full fat option. This is chocolate. Now, we've always heard that dark chocolate is good for you, but what about milk chocolate and white chocolate and just chocolate in general? The best chocolate option, as we're aware, is dark chocolate with 70% cacao or more. This is going to give you a lot of the probiotics and the vitamins that are in this dark chocolate. Dark chocolate is also high in polyphenols, which is an antioxidant that helps with inflammation. But that doesn't mean that you only have to eat dark chocolate. Have any chocolate you'd like, just make sure you have a serving and you consume it in moderation. But if you're looking for the healthiest version of chocolate, 70% cacao or higher. Next is oatmeal cookies. Oatmeal cookies. We're not talking store-bought oatmeal cookies. We're talking about extremely easy ones that you can whip up at home with very minimal ingredients. The best homemade oatmeal cookies contain rolled oats and nuts. You can use a banana as the binder, applesauce. There's a lot of options to make minimal ingredient healthy oatmeal cookies at home. It's going to be a high fiber, high protein, healthy snack. Gluten is next on the list. Now, there's a lot of controversy out there about gluten. A lot of people follow a gluten-free diet when they don't necessarily, for health reasons, need to follow a gluten-free diet. Unless you are diagnosed with a gluten allergy or celiac disease, you do not need to follow a gluten-free diet, and you do not need to purchase gluten-free items. Things like sprouted whole grains and barley and farro, those should be part of a healthy, well-balanced diet. And a lot of the gluten-free versions of whole grains, things like pasta and breads, actually contain a lot of additives and unhealthy ingredients. Sometimes they even add in some sugar to make them taste like they're non-gluten-free counterpart. So again, unless you have been diagnosed with a gluten allergy or celiac disease, don't worry about consuming gluten. We talked a little bit about peanut butter, but I want to touch more on the next one, which is nut butters in general. Almond butter and cashew butters are really good for you. They can get a bad rap because you find a lot of these types of butters in candied items, but the traditional almond butter and cashew, sunflower butter, pecan butter, walnut butter with minimal ingredients, again, the nut and maybe some added salt, is a really great option. Change it up from traditional peanut butter and try some of the other nut butters. I don't know why. I don't know who came up with this, but sometimes even fruit is considered unhealthy. Until diet culture took over, fruit never had a bad rap. Now it seems like people are avoiding it more and more because they say it has sugar. The fact of the matter is fruit is filled with water, fiber, and nutrients, which keep us hydrated and feeling full and satisfied. Yes, fruit has naturally occurring sugar, but our body processes that far differently than processed sugar, traditional white table sugar. So don't steer clear from fruits. It's recommended to have several servings per day. And last up are the yolks of an egg. Again, I'm not sure where this came from. Egg whites are great, but the yolks aren't, right? Wrong. Egg whites became a thing when the egg yolk started being demonized for its contribution to high cholesterol and heart disease. While egg whites are good for you, and yes, they are packed with protein, they don't contain the same nutrients as the actual egg yolk, which yes, is high in cholesterol and fat. But the yolk is also an excellent source of protein, essential vitamins, and nutrients. So don't eliminate the yolk. Now, if you want to have several eggs in the morning or a several egg omelet, try having one full egg and then filling in the gaps with egg whites, but don't eliminate the yolk. The yolk is not bad. So those are the 16 unhealthy foods that are actually healthy. So let me know down in the comments, were there any on this list that kind of surprised you? There definitely were some for me. So if you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to give it a big, huge thumbs up. And if you're watching or you're new and you're not subscribed, please take a moment and join my community. I'd absolutely love to have you. Don't forget to check out the description box for the meal planner, nutrition coaching, and links and discounts to all of my very favorite healthy things. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.